Hello everyone, I'm Carrie and I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today we are going to be talking about the good news. What's the good news? So I've just been thinking about this a lot, how sometimes we can, especially if we're on our healing journey, we can get caught up in what's wrong, what do we need to do, where's the problem, what do I need to be working on? We can be caught up in that, and we can completely forget to look at the good stuff in life. And I was like, let's not even just look at the good stuff, but let's look for the good stuff. Like, what's the good news? And so I wanted to do a pick a card reading, just asking about the good news. And we've got 3 different piles here: pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And they're just going to answer the question, what's the good news? We can get started with pile 1, but first I just want to say thank you all so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my readings. Thank you for commenting, all of that. Okay, so we're going to get started with pile 1. Answer the question, what's the good news? Okay, pile 1, what is the good news? So this middle card is going to be the thing that tells us what the good news is, and it is faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Beautiful. Looks like a hummingbird. I'm getting, or 2 hummingbirds getting sustenance from this beautiful, beautiful flower. It's really much giving the energy of like anything that you need is always going to be there whenever you need it. So we've got these 4 cards I'll start with, and then we can just look at these 2. New vitality, shine, teach, and share the love. So new vitality, if you look at this, focus for me. If you look at this card, this person is blowing into, what's this thing called? Oof, I'm gonna call it a flute. And it's got this rainbow of colors coming out of it. It's really, really beautiful. It's kind of like blowing life into the world. And then shine, this is actually the sun card. But look at this lady, her chest is fully open, her heart's open, shining onto the world. And we have teach, which is the Hierophant card. Then share the love. This is actually the 3 of Swords. Was it the 3 of Wands? I'm gonna have that off. Might be the 3 of Pentacles, maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry. 3 of something. Anyway, the entire energy that I'm getting from this spread, pile 1, is that the good news is that everything is gonna always be all right. That's really what it's saying. It's talking about like a cycle of learning. It's like, so maybe right now you're going through something. Like, let's even talk about heartbreak, because I see this card. It really reminds me of the 3 of Swords, but I don't even think it's that card. It's talking about heartbreak, but every single time we get our hearts broken, we learn something new about ourselves and what we want to accept in love and what is acceptable in love and what we will and will not put up with anymore. Like, it's like every time that happens to us, we learn something new. It's up to us, of course, to integrate that, but I'm really just seeing like us it's a, I don't want to say it's a good thing, but it is a good thing. I'm talking about good news. It is a good thing for you to have that heartbreak, because then you understand better about love and what love means to you specifically. It's like, okay, that person that you were in that relationship with, love meant something completely different to you than them. That's why they cheated, because love wasn't being faithful. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of helps you to understand better what you, like, who you are and what you accept and what you like and don't like. And so that's just what I'm seeing here. It's like, especially seeing the thing here, it says love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. It's like we don't even know what we like and will accept in love until we have gone through some things. Sorry, my cat is sneezing over there. We don't even know what we will put up with until we've, been through it. It's like, oh yeah, never again I'll do that. Or, oh my God, I really love the way they treat me like this. So it's like you getting to know what you like and don't like, what you can and cannot handle. Like, there's so many different things that comes from that information that we're getting when we're in a relationship. And honestly, I feel like the good news could be that you have already gone through these things and that you figured out what it is that you know, do and do not want, have and have not gone, or have and have not put up with. Like you may have already gone through that and figured this thing out. Because I see the Ace of Cups here, which to me is like you just learning. It's like the beginning of your love relationship. And then we come over here to the Four of Wands, and it's two, no, four. Like we have the number four, which is a solid foundation. So now you might be in a place where you are very solid in what you know you believe in. It's like, okay, I believe in this. This is what love is to me. This is what I will and will not put up with. This is my type. This is how I want to be loved. Like you may have seen that now. Like you've gone through everything to be in that place where you know what you want. You know what love is to you. And that's because you've gone through all those things. And now you understand it better. And then we have the four cards on the bottom basically saying, okay, this is me understanding myself so well that anybody who comes to me, they're going to have to like either learn, because that's what I'm seeing with teach, or they're going to have to, you know, go away basically. Because it's like you are solid in who you are now, so you're not even capable of changing to receive love from somebody else. It's like, no, I'm not going to be changing myself. I'm not going to be changing the things that I believe in. I'm not going to change the things about me anymore. I've gone through all of these things now. I'm such a solid person now. I know what I believe in, that this is me. This is how I show up authentically. And you're going to have to take me or leave me. And because of that, I can teach you how to love me if you're interested in that. Or yeah, you can just, you know, go and find someone else. But because I'm seeing this share the love card, it's like you're teaching, like you're allowing new energy to come in, new vitality. And then you are still having that open heart, showing off who you are with that sunshine energy. But you're also teaching people how to approach you, how to love you, how to come, you know, to you. And you're able to share the love in that way, not the heartbreak. Like share the love. You're able to show people the right way to love you. And I think that is what the good news is. It's like, even if you're not there right now at that point, that's where you're going, because that's just how it works when it comes to matters of the heart. This pile one, all I am seeing is love relationships, because it's like literally when I was looking at these cards, I was reminded when I was like a young girl, and how any little like slight from somebody when it came to being like anybody who tried to diss me in any way, like, oh my gosh, she's not pretty, or I don't even like you anyway after I rejected you. You know what I mean? Like anything like that would have me upset when it comes to love and relationships. But now I see if someone's acting like that, like if I reject you and you're like, oh, you're not that fine anyway, I can see how I was like, oh, something's up with you. Like you actually are the one with the problem. You're actually the one who's not mature enough for a real relationship. You're actually the one that's playing games. Like, so I don't put it on myself, and I don't get upset about how other people act. I'm like, okay, that's your thing. It's not mine. I'm not taking that on for me. I'm not allowing you to make me feel unpretty by, you know, your words, because I know who I am. I think I'm beautiful. So whatever you say is not going to be a big deal. And so for me, it has definitely been a journey since, you know, like puberty to now, learning how to deal and understand matters of the heart, love, relationships, feeling beautiful, being confident, that kind of stuff. So the good news is that everything I need always comes. So that means you already have it anyways, like already there. And it says, love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. It's like back when I was that young girl being, you know, pushed around by other people's opinions of me. I couldn't even imagine being where I am right now. And I didn't understand that it was all of those things that I had been going through that got me to here. Because it was like me understanding better how love works, how matters of the heart work, and how people work that got me to where I am now. Okay, pile one, that is the good news. You're on the right track, basically. That's what it's saying. Keep doing what you're doing, and just keep taking the lessons from the things that you're learning. All right, let's move on to pile two. All right, pile two, what is the good news? So this card represents what the good news is. Gonna read it. Right action. Aparigraha literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. Beautiful. There's a woman here. There's some shackles, it looks like, but I don't think they're not on her anymore. Or maybe it's a rope, I don't know. There's all these birds flying around. It's really giving the energy of like freedom, total freedom. Freedom from being bound, freedom from being like so stuck in any ways or ideology. And then we've got all these clarifying cards around the middle card, right action. So looking at this spread, literally it made me think of how you know what the right action is for you. And that's specific, like the not right action is, but right action is for you. That's the good news. It's telling you the good news is that you're on your way to learning what the right action is for you, because you are going to figure it out based on the things that are the best for you. So this is interesting. I've never seen it like this before, but I have this, see this 10 of cups here. And the 10 of cups is all about wish fulfillment, right? But it's funny. Oh man. Oh, I just had an itch in my throat. Whoa, major itch in my throat. You see this throat chakra up here. So I'm assuming it has something to do with that. Woo. Just itches. And the reason that I'm leaving my coughing in and talking about the throat chakra is that I really feel like this 10 of cups is about wish fulfillment, but it's like, what wish is that? Is it your wishes, or is it just general, like this is the pie in the sky that everybody is into, like, you know, making a lot of money, getting married, having a Lexus, or whatever car people like these days. So it's like you putting in a lot of effort into getting that, you know, house on the hill, 2-car garage, the family with the boy and the girl, having, you know, 2 kids or whatever. Like I see that you put a lot of dedicated effort into this in the past. It's like you really, this is the 8 of Pentacles, so you work hard at this to get that thing, that wish fulfillment. And because we have where this says literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. There's these 10 cups. On the other side of this, we got 5 cups. It's like we lost 5 whole cups. And that can be a little bit scary, losing 5 cups. 5 cups to me, like sometimes it can denote failure. So you tried 5 times to do something and you failed 5 times. Or 5, you know, things that you wanted to work out didn't work out, or, you know, whatever. 5 things went wrong. Like, it's just kind of like a negative mindset in that. It's like, dang, this wish fulfillment that I wanted didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen. And the good news is that this failure is really helping to hone what your authentic thing is, like your authentic beliefs, your authentic voice, your authentic like your own, even like your authentic vibration, you getting to your own authentic desires. Because the things that are still standing after everything else has fallen, that's the stuff that can't fall. Like, that's the stuff that is just not, it's the non-negotiables for you. I know for me, whenever I like completely change my life, or I decide to move somewhere else, or I decide to just like get rid of everything, whatever, it's the things that have come and stayed with me over and over and over again every single time, like whether it be physical material things, whether it be like ideologies, whether it even be friends that have stayed with me through all of my own changes and transformations. That is what I know is for me. That friend is for me. They're not going nowhere. They have been with me since I was, you know, ignorant, and now I know a little bit of something now. Or, you know, this I don't know, crystal, let's say. This crystal has been with me since the beginning of my journey, and it's still with me. It's still relevant. It's still something that I love to this day. So I know that this is my crystal. Like, this is, like, we here, we good. So that is what I'm seeing in this reading. It's like you are going to go through all of these things. You're going to drop off a whole bunch of stuff. Let's say cups. You're going to drop off these cups. You're going to drop off these people. You're going to drop off even your beliefs, because we have clarity of belief here. It's like some things that you used to believe you don't even believe anymore, and that's because of the things that you've gone through and you've seen the truth now. So you don't even, like, those beliefs don't stand up anymore. But it's helping you to come closer to who you truly are, what you truly believe, what's really important to you. Like, that is how you're figuring those things out. That's how you're getting closer and closer and closer to that truth of who you are. And that's why I see over here this final card, the sun. It's like, think about the sun. You cannot, it's making me think of like a really hot fire, and it's making me think about alchemy. When you're trying to turn lead into gold, I think it's the process of burning. At least one of the processes in turning lead into gold has to do with setting something on fire and burning off the impurities. And that is what I'm seeing when I look at this sun card. It's like you're burning off the impurities of who, maybe the world told you to be, who your parents told you to be, what you were told to desire, and you're getting more into what you really and truly care about, who you actually are, what it is that you really desire that has nothing to do with anybody else or what anybody's told you, what you've seen. It's something that's just innate within you. And that's why I keep saying when I think of the throat chakra and clarity of belief, because that's all about your authenticity, the throat chakra. And that's why I had that itch in my throat. It's like, okay, we got to get this. We got to get more authentic. We got to get anything, like, let it burn off that is not who we truly are, and the way that we authentically speak and show up and even dress and act. All of that that's not authentic to us has got to go. And that is what the good news is. It's saying you're going to learn right action by maybe even doing the wrong actions. You might do it 5 times wrong. And I'm not even talking about, small wrongs. I'm talking about maybe you reinvent yourself 5 different times because you're like, okay, this is not it. The next time I reinvent myself, I'm dropping off all this other stuff that doesn't matter to me. This thing that was my pie in the sky, my 10 of cups, the thing that I really thought was mine and that I really believed in, I now understand that it had too many impurities in it. So I had to drop those off. I had to drop them off. I had to pour them out. That's not for me. Don't need it. Now I'm gonna keep going forward so I can become my true authentic self, and I can be like the sun. I just see the smile on this person's face, this little girl's face. She's just smiling so hard. To me, that's how we'll be feeling when we're like in our authentic selves. Like, what can stop us? Why would we be sad and unhappy? We're authentic. We're being us. We're just expressing ourselves in the way that we can best express ourselves. And we're doing that because we have figured it out. We understand, like, we're on one accord with ourselves. All this, like, other fake stuff, all the stuff that doesn't matter, all the stuff that's not important, all the stuff that's, like, not even ours, we drop it off. Let it go. And that's this 5 of Cups. So that's what I'm seeing from what the good news is for you, pal, too. Right action. You're going to figure out the right action by doing the wrong actions. And that's the good news. Basically saying you can never go wrong. You can never lose. Because you're going to win anyway. At the end of the day, you're going to win. It's going to teach you something about yourself. It's going to help you to, like, let go. So maybe you have gone through a failure or something that you just like, wait, I thought this was what I wanted. I thought that this was my thing. But it's not bringing me the joy. It's not making me feel good. It's not like I'm sitting here like the 5 of Cups. This isn't it for me. And it's just saying the good news is because you're figuring out what is it for you. Okay, pile 2, that is your message. Thanks so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and we're going to move on to pile 3. All right, pile 3. This is very interesting. So you got 2 cards for your good news. The answer to what's the good news. You got intuition. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. And then companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Wow. Okay. So we've got these 2, and then we have all of these clarifying cards. Let's start out with these. Listen and the Lovers. So listen is the Hierophant card. Hierophant. No. High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about intuition, which I love because intuition's here. And then the Lovers is about coming together. That's always what I see when I see coming together. And it's interesting because this card says listen. And just to see these echoes coming off of her mind, it's like, what are you listening to? Especially because we have intuition and then companionship. Because intuition is a very personal thing. It's something that's within yourself. But when we talk about companionship, that's like between you and, another person or multiple people. So it's a different kind of energy, intuition versus companionship. And what I'm saying here is like, in the reading, it's basically saying that you, the relationship between you and yourself is completely different than the relationship that you would have with you and another person. Like the one between you and yourself is so personal and it doesn't have to do with anybody else. No one else's opinion is even welcome there. Like what I'm seeing from this reading is that there's a need to separate you from anyone else, which is what I'm seeing. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. It's interesting that it says astonishing, like it's almost as if like you might be doing too much. Like you are should be getting your complete presence, not someone else. And that is what I feel like is coming up in the spread. It's like, what's the good news? I think, or just saying that the good news is that you show up so much for other people that maybe you could dial it back a bit and show up for yourself even more. Like sometimes you could be someone who feels like you're getting drained a lot when you're around others, and that's because it's like your antenna or your antenna is the best way I can think about it. Your antenna is focused outwardly and not inwardly, and that's what I'm seeing from this sadness and isolation. It's like you might go around feeling like you can't be with anybody else or like, oh gosh, other people, they drain me so much. But the good news is that it's not other people's fault. It's like the way in which you're using your intuition and your gift skills and abilities, because we have the high priestess and intuition coming up here. It's like you got a really, really strong intuition. Even because we see the Queen of Swords and seek the truth, I really feel like, and the Hermit, it's like you can go within all the time. Like you can be so focused within, and you and yourself can have like the best relationship in the world. But when you get around other people, it's like you give them the same access, or you access them the same. Like you treat them like you treat yourself, and that is what's holding you back here. So the good news is that you can do a lot less. You don't have to do it all that. It's basically what it's saying. It's like you can be with people, you can commune with people, you can be in relationship with others and not give so much. Not give enough, like so much of your attention or your compassion, your love. Like I'm just basically seeing a need for you to stay in communion with yourself. Because if you're out here hanging out with the homies and giving them as much attention as you give yourself, then this is going to be yourself. You're going to be feeling the sadness and isolation. And you would think that you hanging around other people, or sorry, you would think that you not hanging around other people would bring sadness and isolation. But this is like a separation from self. I'm seeing here in these cards a need for you to be so much more in tune with yourself than you are with anyone else. And it's saying that can be disrupted in your life when you're focused too much on other people or other things outside of yourself. And that is the good news. It's saying it's an easy solution. You don't have to stop hanging around people or stop, being out in public. It has to do with the way in which you're doing it. It's like focusing more on yourself, which is why I'm seeing seek the truth in the Hermit. Seek the truth. She's pulling back this curtain of these brains. It's interesting. It's like she's pulling back these curtains in these brains, and that might be your gift. Like you could be someone like me who is an intuitive reader, and you might just be intuitively reading all the daggum time. Like you're not having any boundaries or separation when it comes to you working and intuitively reading, and you just being out in public and intuitively reading, because you might just like you're not sure how to turn it off or how to dial it back. But there's a need for you to do that. There's a need for you to like be on your own doing your intuitive reading, doing your deep dive, anytime you're deep diving into research or whatever, like there's not a need for you to give so much to others when you're out and about. So, especially because I'm seeing this hermit card, like imagine you being around your friends and your friend is like, you know what, I really want to go and get my degree. I want to go back to school. And you're going to be the type of friend who gives them like 5,000 reasons that they can do it. You're even going to help them like do the applications online. You're going to be like, hey, this school is a really good one. Like you're gonna have all the good suggestions and information when really they were just kind of like brain vomiting, like, oh, I want to go back to school. They might not even really desire that yet, but you have, going 10 steps beyond them, above and beyond, and was really like, yo, yeah, I can help you. Here's what you should do. Blah 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 blah. When that's actually something that they should be doing themselves, so that they can really figure out and discover what it is that they need and want to do when they, are going on their own life journey. And so because of that, it's like taking energy out of you to be there and show up for your friend in that way. And because of that, you can be tending to get drained all the time because people always say things that they don't necessarily mean. It's up to you. It says seek the truth here. I don't even feel like it's up to you to seek the truth, but I do think it's up to you to kind of like take the step back and let the other person take the lead on how quickly they want to go forward and making changes in their lives, and not necessarily it being you that is the one who's like, I'm always going to be there for you. I'm always going to support you. I'm always going to like, let them do it first and then be like, yeah, I was there for you, but I knew that you had to take those first steps because that's how you start the journey. You start and then everybody else follows. Like that's just how it goes. I can't be the leader in your life. You got to be the leader in your life. I'll be the leader in mine. And I think that's what the good news is. It's like you might be feeling sad and isolated because you're always constantly showing up for other people and being there for them. But the good news is that there's just a need for you to have that separation between you and them. Like you are you, they are them, and you get to pay attention to you. You don't have to put so much of your energy outside of yourself. Put it back into you. What you need. How you feeling right now? They want to go back to school. What do you think? Do you want to go back to school? Have you been thinking about school? How was school when you were there? You know what I mean? Like putting more energy into yourself. Because I mean that's your job. It's your job to take care of you. And that's what I'm seeing here in this Queen of Swords. It's kind of like seek the truth. So like basically seek the truth and like, is this any of my business? Do I need to be concerned about this? Do I need to be showing up in this way? Is this for me? Like asking simple questions before you get involved. I'm talking about showing up physically and energetically. I think sometimes too, especially if you're an empath, you can get energetically involved in stuff that don't have nothing to do with you. You can try to solve energetic problems like, oh my gosh, this person is sad, let me help them. But when you, like, that's their thing. That's their thing to solve for themselves so that they can learn how to handle their own emotions. You got yours in check, you got yours on lock, and that's the good news. You're good. You don't need to be out here assisting every single person. So I'm just really seeing a need for boundaries here in this spread pile 3. But I think that's what the good news is. It's like all you need is a little bit extra boundaries. It's like it's amazing to have this inner relationship and have this great intuition, but when it comes to being in a relationship with others, this companionship, making sure that you're not giving too much. And if you've been feeling drained lately, that could be the reason why. And I think that's what it's trying to say the good news is. It's like the good news is, it's nothing that's bad or whatever. You're not being a bad person by paying more attention to yourself because you're feeling drained around all these people. It's actually a good thing. The good news is that you don't have to take all this on anymore. Like, you don't have to. You get to put it down because it's not yours to carry. Okay, pile 3, that is your reading. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and watching, commenting, all that. Okay, we'll see you on the next one.